Good, happy Monday evening, February 1st, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with the weather right now. We're on a storm watch. We have a winter storm moving into New Hampshire this evening into Tuesday. The morning commute tomorrow will be very tricky and treacherous. With more on this weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Scribba. Snow moves in.
Winter storm warnings in effect later this afternoon and will continue through the overnight hours tonight and tomorrow morning. That is when we're expecting the heaviest of the precipitation to come through in the form of snow, which could be at over an inch per hour. Area of low pressure continuing to develop to our south and will move northeast into the Gulf of Maine tomorrow morning. Closest pass overnight tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon hovering around in the 20s to near 30 as clouds continue to thicken. Some light snow and some flurry activity is already being observed as we record this for you just before the noon hour, and that will continue to slowly build in across southern areas as we go through the afternoon and will likely be around for the evening commute. You can notice the temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s as that happens. That could be in a couple of slippery highways anywhere along and south of Manchester. Farther north, clouds just continuing to thicken up this afternoon. Light snow overspreading the area during the evening, and by midnight up in the North Country, we are looking at some of these darker elements here, indicating the potential of over 1 inch per hour. Travel will certainly become a lot more difficult as we go through later into the evening and the overnight hours, and certainly for first thing tomorrow morning. Snow and most of the accumulation for southern parts of the state will be this evening through the overnight hours and really lightening up first thing tomorrow morning. While you go to the central and northern areas, you notice these pockets of snow still lingering around through midday and into the afternoon. Additional accumulation there, while it will be, again, a lot quieter in southern New Hampshire. Temperatures overnight Tuesday night and early Wednesday fading into the 20s. Through the afternoon on Wednesday, we'll be back into the 30s with some lingering light snow up north, and then partial sunshine for the day on Thursday. Next system Friday could be with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s and could be some mixed showers. The other feature besides the snow accumulation and the tougher travel will also be the wind, which is expected to gust over 35 miles an hour closer to the shoreline, and a few gusts possible over 40 miles an hour. Inland sections, it's going to be a little bit more where the areas of elevation are and what direction you're facing, as that will be a northeasterly breeze. It will be gustiest during the evening and overnight hours tonight with its closest pass, and then as it pulls away, stronger, drying northerly breeze starting tomorrow afternoon, going and gusting at times over 25 miles an hour. Light snow developing in southern areas of the state. Clouds just continuing to increase and thicken elsewhere as the breeze picks up this afternoon. Gustiest later tonight. A few gusts, as I mentioned, over 35 to 40 miles an hour at the coastline. 20s inland. Snowfall rates could be just over an inch an hour later on tonight. Tomorrow, some lingering lighter snow early for southern areas and maybe a couple of flurries in the afternoon. Farther north, a few additional inches of accumulation. And here's what we're looking at. If we're going to see over a foot of snow, it looks like from the Mount Washington Valley along eastern parts of the state away from the shoreline and across southern areas down through the Monadnock region. While the farther north and west you go, the mountains going to try to shadow some of these areas here, especially in some of the valleys through the upper valley and continuing on up through the Great North Woods. Beyond that, in the 7-day forecast, some lingering snow showers Wednesday afternoon up north, and then maybe a couple of mixed showers by Friday.
Okay, and there you go on that weather video from meteorologist Kevin Scribba. And now let's take a look at your traffic right now and see how your evening traffic is looking like for this evening ride home. And here's a look at that evening traffic for all of you on your traffic map. As you can see in Henniker, you're seeing some smooth sailing. Hopkinton, smooth sailing. Bow, Pembroke, Concord, all smooth sailing. Boscawen, Canterbury, smooth sailing. Chichester, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Epsom, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Northwood, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Lee, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. And Durham, smooth sailing with some medium pace traffic. Rochester, Somersworth, Dover, all smooth sailing. Portsmouth, smooth sailing into the border of Maine. And Rye, smooth sailing. Northampton, Hampton, Seabrook, medium pace traffic into the border of Massachusetts, along with some slow traffic when you get into the border of Massachusetts. 101, all smooth sailing on 101 with some medium pace traffic in some spots, as you can see. When you get into Manchester and Hooksett area, smooth sailing up here, and then all around here, some travel issues. You got some slow and medium pace traffic and some traffic issues. Delays of 3 minutes on Route 28 northbound in the south end. Average speed is 15 miles per hour. Delays of 1 minute on US 3 Daniel Webster Highway northbound between I-293 Everett Turnpike exit 4 and watch average. Speed is 15 miles per hour. Average speed is 10 miles per hour on Route 28 southbound between 28 Beach Street and New Hampshire 28. So lots of issues around the Manchester area. Medium pace traffic with some slow traffic. Bedford, medium pace traffic with some slow traffic. Amherst, medium pace traffic and slow traffic. And Milford, medium pace traffic and slow traffic. Around the Manchester airport, medium pace traffic as well. Manchester, Merrimack, into the border of Massachusetts, slow and medium pace traffic. Manchester, Derry, Windham, Salem, into the border of Massachusetts, medium and slow traffic. Lots of traffic issues in the Boston, Massachusetts area, as you can see. Look at all that traffic, all those traffic issues here. So it's a slow-going ride this evening. And that is a look at your traffic map this evening. Now let's take a look at your traffic cam. And here's a look at your traffic cam. Salem, New Hampshire. Route 28 at Rockingham, Toyota. As you can see, snow is falling and you got some clear pavement. You can see, but snow is falling. Take it easy on those roadways if you do need to travel. And that is a check of your traffic this evening. And now let's get to your news. First up, we're going to go into your COVID-19 updates. COVID-19 in New Hampshire, what you need to know. Let's take a look at that right now. And here's a look at that information for all of you right now. 65,695 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 26,174,956 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 1,057 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 200 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 200 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Nashua, 433. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Nashua, 5,795. And let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire. In the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, new hospitalization. And red, deaths. Now let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases. In the purple, total current COVID-19 cases. Orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases. In the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths. And blue, recovered. Let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate, positive PCR and antigen test rate, and daily PCR test. Let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases and female and male cases. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Dozens of closings delays reported in New Hampshire for snowstorm. Some schools move to remote learning. Dozens of schools changes have been reported in New Hampshire as the snowstorm begins to move in. Some areas could see 10 to 18 inches of snowfall from the storm, which is expected to have a big impact on Tuesday morning's commute. In most cases, the schools and other institutions closed, delayed opening, or switched to remote learning. And if you want to see that full list, you can just go to WMUR.com. And we can tell you that currently the closing and delays list is 379. Road crews out ahead of storm that could bring foot of snow. Granite Staters urge not to travel Monday night and Tuesday morning. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
At Manchester Public Works, the city was laying in supplies in advance of the storm. Salt and sand coming in by the tons. New Hampshire's Department of Transportation says it is also getting ready.
We're doing some pre-treating because the temperatures are perfect for it, and so you'll see crews out today doing a little bit of pre-work ahead of the storm.
The DOT is urging everyone to stay off the roads, especially from around 6 tonight until 8 tomorrow morning. If you have to be out, make sure to give the plows plenty of room. Back in December, 2 plows were hit by drivers trying to pass them.
You may not see the wing. You may not even understand that it's there, but there's a reason why we're telling you not to crowd the plow.
Utilities have also made their preparations. Eversource has 400 line, tree, and service workers lined up, along with 40 crews from Canada.
There's potential for the high accumulation of snow to bring tree limbs down onto our wires and other branches down onto the wires, and then followed up by the strong winds.
However, because of the pandemic, restoration efforts may take a little bit longer than normal.
We're following stringent social distancing guidelines, which includes, getting to sites via trucks.
So the utilities stress the importance of having an emergency kit ready. And remember,
we're New Englanders, we're Granite Staters, we've been through this before. Just continue to use our common sense.
If you do lose power, contact your utility. And Eversource says if you see a downed wire, call 911. Again, the worst times to travel are expected to be between 6 tonight and 8 tomorrow morning. Reporting live in Manchester, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. State reschedules some COVID-19 vaccine appointments because of storm. People with Tuesday appointments at state vaccine sites can get vaccine one day earlier. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The state is rescheduling some COVID-19 vaccine appointments due to the weather. The appointments are being offered a day earlier only if they were scheduled at one of the state's fixed vaccine sites. If you had an appointment for Tuesday, you will be contacted by email, text, or a phone call offering an appointment for today.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dow jumps 220 points, rebounds from worst week since October, as market looks past trading mana. Stocks jumped on Monday, the first session of February, as Wall Street appeared to shake off concerns about a speculative retail trading mana that largely drove the market worst weekly sell-off since October. And now let's take a look at the U.S. stock market and see how the U.S. stock market closed for this Monday evening. And here's a check of the U.S. stock market for all of you for this Monday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green, went up. NASDAQ closed in the green, went up. S&P 500 closed in the green, went up. Gold closed in the green, went up. Oil closed in the green, went up. U.S. 10-year closed flat. Euro/USD closed in the green, went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. And that is a look at your U.S. stock market. Investors wonder what will happen on Wall Street next. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Back now with the economy and speculation mounting about the week ahead. The GameStop saga, which has rocked Wall Street, about to hit a new level. Here's ABC's Deirdre Bolton.
Tonight, a billboard in Times Square sending a coded taunt and insults hurled across the social networking site Reddit, aimed at Wall Street, and in particular this weekend at the online brokerage Robinhood, which as of the opening bell tomorrow will be restricting purchases of the stocks of 50 companies, including Bed Bath & Beyond and BlackBerry, to just one share per customer.
I'm going to take my business somewhere else where they won't put a restriction on what shares I can and cannot buy.
Robinhood has marketed itself as the champion of small investors.
To put the power in everyone's hands.
But thousands of day traders on Robinhood used that power to band together on Reddit to buy and hold the video game retailer GameStop, driving prices higher and forcing huge losses at major hedge funds. One was down 53% in January. Now, many traders are seeing Robinhood's new one per customer rule as a sellout that favors the big guys. A more nuanced view is that Robinhood got in over its head and could not come up with the new level of capital required and triggered by the big jump in GameStop trading volume.
There's absolutely nothing unusual or nefarious about how the regulatory rules are kicking in and requiring Robinhood to put up more capital. So that's all totally normal, standard.
Robinhood's CEO says the restrictions are mandated by regulators and temporary, and not because Robinhood is trying to help hedge funds. Tom?
Deirdre, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for joining us for this Monday evening. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.